Welcome to Season 2 of Solopreneur Success Strategies. This is Jane Gardner, and we are going to be talking about home business startup. And we're going to be talking about starting, running, and growing your own home business, whether offline or on. Monday is all about mindset, of course. Tuesday is all about starting a home biz. Wednesday is about selling, sales, and your customer. Thursday is going to be about running your home biz, and Friday will be growing your home business. Saturday is all about putting systems in your business, and Sunday is all about strategy. So subscribe to this daily podcast to help you start, run, and grow your home biz. For more information, go to bo8hb.com. Hello, and today we're going to be talking all about your customer, because your customer is very important because they're your business. So we've been talking about how to be seen as an expert, and we talked a lot about last time on how to be seen as an expert by demonstrating your expertise, obviously, and showing the kind of interests you have as far as the other people and how they would see how you're an expert. Now, another thing, of course, very simple to do, but of course it's one of these things that we leave to the last, is to build your portfolio. Because your bio, it should be very important to say that you're more than just someone who loves something, that you're an expert in it, and it should say something more than you just, I'm an avid wine lover. It needs to show your expert knowledge and experience. A good way to do this is, of course, is by building a portfolio. Publish articles whenever you can, create ebooks to sell in online stores and on Kindle, write guest posts for other blogs, join official organizations and participate in events, conduct seminars for local groups or even classes at local colleges, and of course write press releases for distribution to online and offline publications, and of course include all of this and your biography, and of course put your biography in all your books. So create a long list of all the things you've done that show you know what you're talking about and you know what your topic is very well, and they can see you as an expert. Then use this to construct a detailed bio or about page on your website. And of course, over time, you can establish your expertise, but of course you can't do it overnight through honest means anyway. So it takes dedicated time and effort, and you have to learn about your topic, create a great deal of content, create a website, put content on your website, build your credentials, go to events, and grow an audience. And one of the ways you can, of course, grow an audience is by doing podcasts like I am. However, each year that you're online, teaching about your subject adds tremendously in your reputation as an expert. So think about right now what you know that others don't, even if it's very basic. If you're already working on a specific niche, focus on what you know about that topic and make a list and see just exactly what the kind of things that you know about more than others. For example, I do know how to do a podcast, and I do have an audience, but anyway, so you can always look at what you're doing now and make a list and note at least 3 areas where people could benefit from your knowledge. So for example, I could probably do a training on how to do a podcast and how to do a recording of your podcast, etc., because I do it every day. And pick the one that interests you most in terms of the topic or training that you would like to do, and create a training and brainstorm at least 5 ways or places where you can demonstrate your knowledge. So for example, I could do a webinar on how to do a podcast, as well as I could go to my local community and talk about how I've done this podcast, what kind of ratings I have, what's the audience size, and if they're interested, I could show them how to do a podcast. So always remember that you know more than some people. You think you may not know more than some people, and of course other people know more than you do, but you always probably do know something better than someone else. For example, one of the examples I use in Be Your Own Boss quiz, and when people are deciding whether or not to start a home business, is, do you know how to build a deck? For a home. Well, I don't know how to build a deck, so you are more of an expert than I am on how to build a deck, and of course, all the other things that I'm not particularly going to have any expertise in. You probably know more about those things than I do, whether it's fixing a car or it's doing bookkeeping. I do know something about bookkeeping, but I would never do it every day. So you may know something that other people do not, and you have to demonstrate to them that you have this knowledge by creating content that, whether it's a book, podcast, or articles, or guest posts, it shows that you are an expert. And as such, you can persuade others that you are the go-to guy to go and find what they need as a solution, and they could become your customers. So we're talking about the art of persuasive selling. Now, it's never going to be salesy anymore. You're basically just going to show your knowledge and your expertise so that others will come to you rather than you having to go to them and sell like a salesperson. So we'll talk next week a bit further on this. So some of the steps is to look at what you know, make a list, note 3 areas you know more about than other people may know, and pick the one that interests you most and develop that and brainstorm at least 5 ways or places where you can demonstrate your knowledge. I do know that the local library or the local college would probably be very interested in getting trainings on various topics in the local area. So you could start there or start on the internet. Till next time, we'll be thinking about some of the ways that you have knowledge that other people don't. And let's do that now. Well, I hope that will give you some ideas to implement in your own business. And if you want more, go to boahb.com and subscribe.